Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, Ccdog has done a lot since we last talked about it. This thing has been on a run, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go and look at the technical analysis, we can see that August 14th, right? You're going to be able to trade on Hotcoin. On Hotcoin Global, almost 300,000 followers. Absolutely amazing. See 1.2K views in the last 15 hours, which is what we love to see. And I guess this is Hotcoin in, I don't know, Hong Kong or Chinese. Sorry if I offended you. Listen, man, I don't know. I don't know how to read it. All right. But listen, no, seriously though, on a real note, ladies and gentlemen, this coin has been doing absolute wonders, right? SHIB token, 3.9 million, right? A new paw print is spotted near SHIB Army Den. Something Fury and Something Fast is joining the pack at Courage the Dog. We can see shouted out from the official SHIB token. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is huge. The signs are here. The signs are here that this is going to be the next big crypto. Okay. The next big thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not kidding. The signs are here. The exchange listings are here. Getting shout out by Shiba, doing a collaboration with Shiba is absolutely amazing. And so much has happened in the last few days, and we can even see right over here. You can lock up your Courage the Dog for 100% APR in rewards for 7 days, ladies and gentlemen. So you would get a nice return over those 7 days. Listen, man, 7 days to lock up your coins is not that risky. And to be honest, it's probably worth it, right? And I believe, you know, there's going to be more big things in the very near future. We can see, though, ladies and gentlemen, moves are being made. Almost 2,000 followers, which is what we love to see. Anyways, let's look at Courage the Dog, right? When we go to the actual Coinbase or Coin Market Cap right over here, we can see already, right, multiple exchanges, Hotcoin. We have seven in total, seven things in total, which is why we love to see progress is being made and it will continue to be made. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that we're ranked 1,420 in the world. So obviously we are all the way far down there, but that is the whole point, right? That is the whole point is that you want to be getting in on these early meme coins. They're not going to be in the top 100, top 200 because when they are, you already missed, the potential big wave, right? The big move. We can see though in the last 24 hours, 2.2 million in volume. So absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And we can see that when we go to something like Courage Dog, when we talked about Courage Dog, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it when it was somewhere here, initially at 1.13 million market cap. And that was roughly a month ago. Listen, we covered this a month ago. And if you told me in a month I would be up 6 times on my money, I would say bet that is good enough for me. And we can see, right? You even technically had a opportunity back in early August, and we would have got rewarded within less than 10 days, practically a week. Over here, we can see it went up very, very nice in just 6 days, 6, 7 days. It went up very, very nice. I mean, very, very nice. You would have made over 5 times your money. Listen, CC Dog is the real thing. They're getting shouted out by literally Shiba Inu. They're partnering with them. They are listed on 7 exchanges. There's so many more exchanges to go. The analysis looks good. We can see we did have a sell-off once we hit the all-time highs, right? The previous all-time highs, we pulled back, but the technical analysis still showed. And when a coin is legit, when a project is legit, even for something like meme coins, it is going to show. Okay, it is going to show and it is going to look very, very good. We can see we have a floor over here, then we have a higher floor. Guess what? Higher floor and higher floor. So the details are always there in crypto. The details are always there in crypto, you know, and that's why I believe the markets are rigged. And when you have a good team, when you have good fundamentals behind a project, every project will do good. and it is going to show you the details, right? The details are always in the technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I always say technical analysis is king, of course, other than my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that there was a nice big momentum shift, nice big 4 hour candle, and then we're just consolidating for roughly a day or two, going sideways before we then went to the upside. And we can see, right? We can see it has been looking very, very nice. We went up, right? When we went up a good amount, we sold off a good amount, right? It looked kind of scary, but even on something like the 1 hour, right? It showed the bottoms here, bottoms here, bottoms here, here, and here. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, right? There was consistent higher and higher lows. There was consistent demand. And we can see that again, we recovered and we made another rally to the upside. Now, as of right now, right? As of right now, we are certainly in a channel. And the only thing we are looking for is not to go below this 4 million market cap zone. We could technically go below it. We just can't close below it. Okay. That is the main thing. We can see right now, right, in terms of the small picture, we are consistently creating lower highs and lower lows, right? We go here, 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 right? And then we have the bottoms, right? The bottoms are getting lower and lower. But this is the main point. We just do not want to go below 4 million market cap. So I do believe even if we go down, there's a high probability that this will be the first change in momentum, roughly around 5 million market cap, where we see the first higher low. And I do believe we are going to break to the upside because this pattern is fairly bullish, right? This pattern is simply just a retest, but it's just slightly diagonal. Like this is literally support and resistance retest, but it's just diagonal a little bit, right? So I do expect for us to pretty much, right, keep going a little bit. We'll have to see how it reacts, like I said, off the 5 million market cap zone. But I expect a breakthrough very, 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 very soon. And ladies and gentlemen, the next zones are practically going to be 10 million market cap, 12, 13, 14, 15 million market cap. We can see something like our boy Jerry, right? Jerry's making moves too. When Jerry started to expand, right? It was in a similar boat. It was at a couple million market cap, and this thing went all the way to 20 million before then it officially sold off and did its cycle. So Courage the Dog still probably has at least another pump or two in it. And I would not be surprised if we top out anywhere from 15 to 25 million market cap. And yeah, man, things are looking really, really good. The more exposure we get, the better. Obviously, Ccdog is also an exception. It does have that Shiba Inu buff, which is a huge, huge buff. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are super, super excited with this crypto. You should be. Let me know if you bought in or if you didn't. Things are looking glorious. The gains have been insane. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.